Hi guys, Matthew Fernandes here with the Matthew Fernandes Group, and today we're going to talk about why the Toronto real estate market hasn't dropped, why prices are continuing to go up. We're going to look at all of the different factors and everything so we get a good sense of why we're seeing what we're seeing and what we can predict moving forward with the Toronto real estate market. So prices have gone up. Despite what has been happening with COVID-19, with unemployment, with some businesses being permanently closed, we are still seeing the real estate market super strong. In many cases, multiple offers in the last month or so, and very heated market. So we'll look at the first statistics, which hopefully you guys can see here. But from 2019 to 2020, overall, prices have gone up. So 2020, the average price was $929, and in 2019 was $819. So we saw almost 13.5% increase in property values in the average price in Toronto. I should say TREB. This is a TREB statistic. So that price has gone up. If we look at, let's just look at December. So we can sort of look at the numbers in December for both TREB and Toronto. So if you look at, let's go here. Okay, so if we look at TREB as a whole, we've had 7,180 sales. The average price was $932,000, and active listings is $7,892. Sorry, guys. So if we look at the city of Toronto, 2,700 number of sales, average price was $894,000, and we had active listings at 4,309. The reason why I'm looking at sales and active listings is I really do like to look at months of inventory. This is a big indicator as to where the market's at. Is it a seller's market, buyer's market, balanced market? And basically what this means, for those of you who don't know, is if we were to stop all of the listings coming onto the market and we just worked with what we have, so basically the active listings right now in December were 7,832. Sales were 7,180. So if you look at the months of inventory, which means active listings, no more listings come on the market, how long would it take for all of those listings to be sold based on the demand that there was for that month? And basically you're looking at 1.09 months of inventory for TREB, and Toronto, you're looking at 1.56 months of inventory in December. So guys, it's an extreme seller's market when you're looking at it from a months of inventory perspective, which means if nothing else came on the market, it will only take 1 month, so under 2 months, for all of that inventory to be scooped up and sold. So that's one very good factor that we look at, and every neighborhood has its own different trends and outlooks and months of inventory. So this is something I provide to all of my clients when they're thinking of selling, so they get a good understanding of competition, what the demand is like, and what kind of position we're going to be in for that specific neighborhood. So very important to look at and to watch out for. And again, this is sort of why we're seeing what we're seeing with the crazy real estate market that we're in right now in Toronto. So that's one factor. So supply and demand, always a big factor. And guys, make sure to subscribe to my channel, to give me a thumbs up, because I am going to be posting future videos all about the Toronto real estate market and an in-depth look at statistics and why we're seeing what we're seeing. Giving you guys as much information as you can for when you're making a decision on buying or selling. So we're seeing inventory super low. And to give you guys a sense of why I'm so focused on supply and demand, and why I do believe that's the biggest indicator, as it always is. But you guys remember the toilet paper. So what happened when we had a shortage of toilet paper? Supply was really low. The demand was very high. Everyone wanted toilet paper. They were worried it was going to run out. So what did we see? We saw lineups, people trying to get toilet paper. They were trying to buy as much as they can. And, even some people reselling the toilet paper, making a profit. And also hand sanitizer. We can't forget the hand sanitizer. And in a lot of cases, we saw businesses hiking up the prices of these products because there was so much demand, shortage of inventory or supply, and that's what happened. Prices went up. So same thing with the Toronto real estate market. Another thing to look at to understand why people are still buying, why they're still investing, is really the interest rate. So this is a historic interest rate graph from the 90s up until where we are now. And look at how low the interest rate currently is. So the buying power that we have right now is so high because we have such a low interest rate. And people are able to refinance, they're able to remortgage, get lines of credits at extremely low interest rates, which is giving people access to more money and then investing in real estate. So as you know, a lot of people, instead of putting money in the bank, which you're going to get a very small return if you're in a conservative account, or, some people are very skeptical of the stock market right now. It is doing very well, but they're always worried there could be a crash. So they're putting it in real estate. Mind you, real estate could also go down, but it's something that they're putting their money into with confidence. And that's, again, something that's pushing people and the demand that we're seeing. Another factor immigration. Immigration has always driven real estate here in Toronto, especially because of all of the people moving into the city, the demand that it means for people to live somewhere. But with respect to immigration and moving in and out, another big trend that we're seeing is the outskirts of Toronto and these bigger cities are seeing a big boom in real estate because people are able to work from home. They want to put money in their pocket. So a lot of times they're selling their $1.6 million property here in Toronto. They're moving up north, paying $1 million, $1.2 million, putting money in the bank. Or another scenario, which we're seeing a lot of and we're helping a lot of our clients with, they're selling their Toronto property, a lot of times older home, smaller home, moving out of the city, buying a larger property, newer, for either the same price, a little bit more, a little bit less, but you're definitely getting a lot more bang for your buck outside of Toronto. And now being able to work from home, this is encouraging people to move outside of the city. And what are we seeing? We're seeing crazy markets outside of the city, sometimes 30 plus offers on some properties in the last little while. So if you look at 2019 to 2020 percentage in growth, you can see Toronto compared to Oshawa, Halifax, Calgary, Barrie, even London. Toronto's percentage is smaller in terms of growth than some of these other cities. So that's also something to take into consideration in terms of, when people are thinking of where to invest. We're seeing a bigger growth in areas outside of Toronto. Mind you, Toronto will always be Toronto, in my opinion, and in my view. But so a lot of different things to take into consideration when you're going to be buying or selling or investing in real estate. But these few things are really the reasons why we've been seeing the real estate market the way it is. And mind you, if you go back even 3-4 months ago, you had supply levels that were higher inventory, and the demand was not like what we're seeing now. People were sort of holding still. They weren't sure what was going to happen. They didn't want to be moving. They didn't want to be buying anything. So we saw a shift already from a few months ago to a market that is doing very well from a seller's perspective. And from a buyer's perspective, the reality is it is tough. There's always deals to be made. You do have to make sure you're informed and you're one of the first to access properties as they hit the market. This is something we can help you guys with. But, this is the reason we're seeing. Going forward, we're going to have to see what happens. What's going to happen with the market? Are people going to be defaulting on mortgages if they're losing their jobs and losing their businesses? The one thing that's been helping is the government of Canada has really been pumping money into the economy to make sure that we stay afloat, That is for sure a big reason why we haven't already seen a dip, is because money is being pumped into the economy, and hopefully not too much longer that we'll need it, and that will help us sort of get through this rough period. But in 6 months, again, it's anyone's prediction as to what's going to happen. Will it continue to go up? Will it go down? Will it drop significantly? Stay tuned. I'll make sure to, guys, keep you informed on everything going on and bringing you the statistics as I get them. So if you guys do have any questions about the real estate market or topics for future videos, make sure to comment below, subscribe to the video, and guys, thank you for watching. I know it was a super long clip here, but hopefully it was useful, and hopefully it gives you guys an understanding of what to look at, and also why we've been seeing up, down, and now especially a craziness in the real estate market because of the lack of inventory and the very high demand. Thank you. Hope you guys enjoy your day, and make sure to, you can DM me, you can email me, call me with any questions you have with regards to the Toronto real estate market. Take care, guys.